Hello my people, welcome to another episode of Blockgate, and today we'll be talking about the negative events that are happening in the blockchain industry. Honestly, when we thought that the whales and the retail investors are gearing up for another bull run, here comes another day, a day we need each other just to survive the next day. But what is really happening? Why is the entire market red? What is the cost of this? And what are the long-term effects of what is happening? Now follow me. Let's dive deep into the events that are shaping the industry negatively. It all started with Silvergate Bank when they announced suspension of operation and collapse of their bank. And Silvergate is a crypto-friendly bank that have some of the crypto company as their client, and one of their leading clients was the FTS that collapsed last year. And as a result of that, their Q4 report shows that they lost over $1 billion because of the FTS collapse. And this is one of the reasons the bank is collapsing, because they don't have enough liquidity to service withdrawal. And immediately after that, Jerome Powell, the chairman of Federal Reserve of the United States of America, announced that there will be an aggressive interest rate hike as a means of curbing increasing inflation. And when you look at that, you will know interest rate hike that is more than expected figure, the market or investors react to it negatively, thereby pushing the price of the crypto industry downward. And as a result of Jerome Powell's speech, there was sentimental reaction which affected the market negatively. And when you take note of the interest rate of the past 1 year, you will notice that the interest rate has increased over 4%. This is the highest it has gone for the past 15 years. The last time interest rates got to this level was 2007, and that is a whole lot of time ago. But this year it's happening, and people are saying it is synonymous to 2008 that brought about the financial meltdown. And immediately after Jerome Powell's speech, there came Silicon Valley collapse. What does Silicon Valley mean to the crypto industry? So Silicon Valley is a bank that is VC friendly and crypto friendly and tech friendly. Silicon Valley Bank is one of the leading banks in the US economy. Before it collapsed, it was the 16th biggest bank in America. Silicon Valley Bank led money to some of the biggest VCs we have that fund tech companies around the world. So most of the big tech companies we have around the world or in America bank with Silicon Valley Bank, and some of them are LinkedIn, MongoDB, Twitter, Tesla, Airbnb, Pinterest, Eventbrite, Fitbit, Coinbase, and the list goes on and on. And when you imagine what can happen to this company if Silicon Valley Bank collapses entirely, then you can see the resultant effect that can have in the economy of America and the world at large. But how is this affecting the crypto industry? There is a company called Circle that issues stablecoin called USDC, and some of their reserve is banked with Silicon Valley. So immediately they released the news, there was pressure on withdrawal of USDC, which forced USDC to depeg. But before I go further, let me explain what stablecoin means. So a stablecoin are cryptocurrency that have the same value with the US dollar. So one stablecoin is equals to $1. So what I mean by depegging, when it's depegged, that means the stablecoin loses its value against the US dollar. So when it loses value, it creates fear uncertainty and doubt, thereby forcing people to start selling off. And immediately people start selling off, it will still push the price down. So immediately SECO put out a news that they are having problem with their reserve, people started selling off, and immediately that forced the price of USDC to depeg about 12%. And because of that, because this scenario is synonymous to what happened May last year when UST of the Terra ecosystem depegged, which forced the entire Luna ecosystem to collapse. So because this issue is synonymous to that, these people react to it sentimentally, thereby selling off their equity from Bitcoin to Ethereum and the rest. And because of the pressure that was in Ethereum, because of the selling off, Ethereum recorded the highest transaction fee for a very long period of time now. So this is affecting the crypto industry negatively. And aside SECO having deposit with this spark, we have some of the biggest VC companies in the crypto space that still have deposit with this spark. The likes of A16Z has about $2.8 billion deposit with them. We have Paradigm with about $1.7 billion. The likes of Pantera have about $560 million deposit with them, and the list go on and on. With all this bad news coming out one after the other, the entire industry has only lost 10% of its equity. So for me, I think the market is still looking bullish, because event like this pushes the market to lose like 20 to 30%. But in this case, the market is still looking good because some of the coins have started looking green. But moving further from this crypto industry, because the Silicon Valley Bank, the resultant effect will not be limited to crypto industry alone. It will affect the entire tech industry, and by extension the financial industry and the banking industry of the US. And you know what that means? That means there is going to be pressure in some of the big companies in the world, and when there is pressure in some of the big companies, that means the entire world will be affected. So how is the financial market reacting to this? For now, it is weekend. We can't really say until on Monday by 1:30 p.m. UTC, when the American stock market will open, and then we'll see how the whales and retail investors will react to this. But it is obvious that the market will be reacted to negatively, because this is a huge news that is affecting investment, and people are reacting to it sentimentally negatively. But let's see how things turns out on Monday. If there is no rescue of Silicon Valley Bank, I think there is going to be a whole lot of issues regarding finance, the banking and tech industry of the world. But rumor have it that Elon Musk has shown interest in acquiring Silicon Valley Bank, and if he does that, that means he has come to the rescue of so many companies of the world. And the rumors still have it that the Bank of London is showing interest to rescue the situation. Rumors still have it that the Fed is having a meeting on Monday for a bailout arrangement. And if any of this can work, that means the crypto industry and the financial industry will be in a safer. But in a situation where none of this happen, then we are in for a really big swing. We are not really looking forward to that, because it is not going to be funny for us and everyone in the financial industry. But when you look at the events that are happening right now, everything is synonymous to what happened in 2008, where the entire financial industry was on meltdown, because it happened with one bad news followed by another worse bad news, and that is what is happening now. We don't know what might come next, but if all things being equal, from the look of things, the entire crypto industry is still looking bullish, because in between 24 hours, some of the coins that went 10% down, some of them are already showing green with like 4 to 5% upward movement, which I think is commendable for such a huge news affecting the entire industry. But this also brings me back to the question, why was Bitcoin created? Because when you look at the white paper of Bitcoin, the major reason Bitcoin was created was to take the control of finance from the bank and the government system. Just imagine USDC being their self-custodian. It means this collapse wouldn't affect them, and that is why the world really needs to focus and understand the original motive of blockchain, Bitcoin precisely, where transaction and money will be in custody of the owner. Thank you very much for sticking around to the end. We appreciate your time, and if you find value in this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification so that whenever we drop a video, you'll be among the first to have access to it. Thank you and stay blessed.